Hello. Shall I start the session? Hello.
Hi Rohit.
Yes. Shall I start the session? Is it you are the only person or any other person is available for session?
That I'm not sure. Maybe someone from admin team can confirm.
Okay. Only one. I'll start the session. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Hi Mahesh. Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah. May I know your technical background? Like you are from ETL or else any application side?
Okay. I'll give you my entire experience itself. So I have total 11.5 years of experience, and
That's okay. Like I just want the technical because to deliver the sessions in effective way.
all right. All right. I have ETL experience, but I've stopped working on ETL in 2017 itself. After
Okay.
that, I moved into telecom OSS BSS. But
Sorry.
I'm in touch with OSS BSS telecom
Oh, okay,
domain.
okay, 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 okay.
But I am in touch with technologies like Informatica, Oracle,
Yeah, that would
and
suffice.
SQL. Yeah.
If you know ETL concept, that would be suffice. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
okay. So how about that telecom domain? Is it? Do we have any good market or else?
Not that great. Now the technologies are changing, and
Uh-huh.
5G is the new boom, but we don't get enough opportunities on 5G. So
Oh, okay.
only a few selective people get to work on that. So it is
Mm-hmm.
mainly into BSS testing, which is not that great now.
Okay, okay. Yeah. So I'll give you the overview why we are uh, using MDM, Master Data Management. So what's
Okay.
the main problem statement and why we are implementing that solution? Okay, what is the main reason, pain point for usage of master data management application? It could be Informatica or Relitio, or it could be like a lot of MDM tools are available in the market. uh, in the present trend, Informatica is leading in all MDM applications. Okay, Informatica is the leader right now. Okay. And presently, the latest version which is available in the market is 10.4 hotfix 3, and even their plannings are there soon they'll roll out 10.5 version also. Okay, and in the present course, like we teach 10.2. Okay. um, Let me explain what is master data management. You are aware of that, like you have already worked on ETL domain, right? The data which you dealt, that is mostly either transactional data or some historical data. Either it could be like OLTP data or OLAP data. So those data like which we have processed for our analytical purpose. Example like over the period of how the company revenues has changed, or else like how the customers are evolved. So those details like we based upon the data which we have loaded to the data warehousing applications. So they like business team, analysts, or it could be like reporting layer team, whoever it may be. They did some analysis and they draw some picture on the data, and they um, I can like they can what they can do, like they can judge some future requirements of an organization. So here in the as part of the ETL process, we dealt with mainly the transactional data. So it data warehousing applications we did, right? So they're like we have different applications, Informatica, data stage, and those things. So here in master data management, we do deal with data only, but here the data is not the transactional data. Here we deal the data of customer metadata, customer or product. Here the metadata is nothing but we have customers or products, right? Suppose consider a organization has some customers. Customers nothing but like if you consider the insurance or banking firm, so they have customers means who are holding the insurance product, who are holding the savings or current account, or so could be loan accounts, anything it may be. So they are the customers. Here the metadata is means like what is the customer name and his details like address, contact, everything like whatever it may be.
Mhm.
Like which deals the noun of a customer. Okay. So here the metadata mainly we process the metadata. And what is the reason of processing the metadata? I'll explain. So in the present days, like the information flows into the organization through different channels. Suppose like you are there, like you are holding some products or you are a customer to any organization. It could be like suppose if you consider Amazon. Okay. In Amazon you have Prime account, you have Amazon account. Okay.
Mhm.
And then so you like you have the shipping address information, order ID information, and everything. Like your details are present in the Amazon database. Okay. So and moreover, sometimes you may face some issue and you have provided your details to the customer service support. Okay, they took your details, and so here the information of a Mahesh is flowing into the Amazon through different channels. Okay, but how can an organization knows that like the information which is coming from the application of a customer, different applications of a same customer, is it is like a same data or like exactly the same data, same customer. It could be like my have like with the name of Mahesh, there may be different customers are there, and the information flows into the organization with different channels. It could be Mahesh or with nicknames, or it could be with any different names or addresses. But how can the organization knows that the data which we are getting from different channels belongs to the same customer or not? Okay, organization does not know. So then what is the purpose of getting to know that whether the customer is a single customer or multiple customers of a same name or similar name? So what is the reason of analyzing the drawing that information is to provide the better customer service, right? So you have made some like you have some grievances and you lodge a complaint. So how could an organization will contact you? So with your contact number. Okay. In future, like if they want to avoid some what could be like issues like to provide better customer services, how can they contact? Like you have like different contact numbers, different email IDs, and different address informations, but you are a single customer. They don't know, right? So here
Right.
they are investing some additional amount of time and additional amount of resources to contact you or to provide better services to you. So and a single customer, they are providing the services multiple times but having no purpose. You are the only one customer but they are contacting multiple times and so on. Okay, this is one level. And if they want to judge the customer trends and how they are behaving, means like what products they are preferring and those things. So if they have the trusted version of customer data, then it could be easy for them to draw a conclusion or to draw a picture of about a customer and how they are behaving, means what is their customer trends within their organization. So it will be helpful for them to provide or to bring the new products as per the customer's wish, or else like they provide the better customer service, whenever we contact like immediately they will provide some suggestions, or they will provide some alternate approach to satisfy you, something like to resolve your grievances and those things. So these are the main pain points. And if we come to the product domain, so Amazon like sells different n number of products, okay, and even Amazon don't know, like there could be similar products, okay, and the same product will be sell by different vendors. Okay, whenever we buy some product, like in the Amazon application, it shows like this product sell by this vendor, like of this much cost, like. So Amazon don't know, like same product where how many vendors are providing, they don't know, right? So in order to provide the better visibility and picture of any product, they should need some trusted information. So who could provide the trusted information? Amazon sells millions of products, right? So it could not be that easy for a human being to draw the conclusion that these products are same products. Okay? We buy only few products, but there are millions of products are available. If you consider the mouse electronic goods, like mouse, like mouse has different products within that product. Mouse, we have different versions, wireless, wired, and that in that, like the fast xing, and the version numbers are different. There are so many are there, like. So if they have the trusted information of any product, then it could be easy for them to display in their application. And even they will get to know that this product is being selling by different vendors, so that they can get the full information, trusted information, and they can um, judge that, like they are getting profit from these products, they are not getting product from these products. So those type of um, I can say, like information they can draw if they have the trusted information of a product or a customer. This is retail domain. If we come to the banking domain, banking or any insurance or healthcare sector, so how can they get to know that, like suppose a something happened to a customer, means like he may died, or like is no longer is available. A customer is holding different products in that in that bank. He's holding the savings accounts, he's holding the current account, he's holding the mutual funds, he's holding some loans. It could be car loan or personal loan or home loan, whatever it may be. And he even he's holding some retirement products and those things, right? So he invested some money in that one. Something like he has some money in that organization. So there should be a duty of an organization to identify the nominees of a customer, and they have to provide the full details, and they have to transfer that money to the respective nominees. If nominees are available, or else that any account is inactive or dormant of particular period of time, so they will resolve that account, and then whatever the money they have, they have to send to their respective federal banks, like how here RBI and in USA we have federal bank. So so how can they identify that the products are holding by the customer of same customer or different customer? They don't know, right? And moreover, it is crucial for an insurance, and like it could be any organization, it is crucial for an organization to get to know about their customers. So these are the pain points. How they like how can they identify these customers? So once they get identify the customers, then it would be very easy for an decision making team or reporting layer team, or else marketing team, sales promotion team, or customer team. They can contact the right person, and they can deliver the right services to a customer. These are the pain points. So here MDM plays key role in identifying the customers. So how customers, or it could be products, like MDM has some algorithms which would identify the pattern, say, like patterns of a customer. So my name is Rohit. So I provide my name, like I write ROHITH. Okay. Some may write ROHIT. So when I am providing information to an organization, I write my name ROHITH. But whenever the information I'm providing is like the sales team or else marketing team and like enters the information into their database, sometimes they may write ROHIT. So as per the information, both are different customers, but technically uh, those two records are different customers. But if you say virtually, both are same customers. Okay, we provide contact numbers. Some like I'm using two contacts and two email IDs. Sometimes I may provide one email ID, one contact to one of the application, one of the product, and sometimes I may provide different contact and email ID. And sometimes I won't provide any contact and email ID because that is not needed for that particular product or application. But that information is flowing into the organization, right? So here, what MDM will do is it identifies those data patterns, that typos of a name, string characters, okay, and even MDM, master data management team application, identifies the patterns of any nicknames. So if we, like in our India, like we have different nicknames. Whereas if we go to the Western countries, so for Robert, the nickname is Rob or Bob. For Williams, the nicknames are Willie, Will, and for Michael, Mike. Okay, and Phillips, it is like Philip. It's like a Phil, and there are different names are there. Okay, and even they have the I can say hereditary ancestry names also, like junior, senior, like Michael 1, Michael 2. So these type of data patterns also this application can identify. And even not only the English characters, even if you have the Japanese characters, Chinese, and even the different languages like French, German, whatever it may be. So even if the character has some pattern variation, even those variations also it identifies through this algorithm. MDM has some algorithm, fuzzy algorithm. So backend, it runs internally and it identifies the series of data variants within that record, and it it provides suggestions to us like these are the matched records, and then we can take the decision whether these records are belongs to single customer or different customers. We can take the decision, or else we can leave to the MDM application uh, to uh, judge itself. Okay, so for that, like to identify those data patterns, so we define some set of rules, match rules, how the record should be matched. So here we like, if may a name is of similar, like, and even in the name we have sometimes special characters, angelized words or some italic words, whatever it may. Even those data variations also it analyze and provides the information. So for my business requirement, uh, name should be exact, name should be of fuzzy, like data similarity, and context should be exactly okay, and date of birth should exact match. And sometimes it's up to the customer's contact or date of birth, they may provide or not provide. So even if date of birth is not available, I have to analyze that, means MDM tool has to analyze that whether those records are same records or different records. Okay, and even I take some unique numbers like SSN number, which is like available in USA, and here we have other ID like that. Email ID will will configure some rules to identify the data pattern, and will leave to the MDM to judge itself whether the records are same records or different records, or else we will allow the MDM that let the let the user means like let the person takes the decision whether those records are same or different. So these things MDM will do. Apart from these things, what MDM will do is like even it provides the details like customers full information, 360-degree view of an information. So customer is holding different products and how that customer is related internally within the organization, and even customer has some relatives like siblings, or a customer belongs to in a household, so how he related, and how the contact information, how the address information is related to that particular customer, and how that customer is internally related within that organization. That 360-degree view it will provide. And even here the I'm every time I'm saying the customer means like don't consider customer doesn't mean like only the person or individual customer. It could be an organization. If you consider like a banking firm, customers are individuals, or it could be organizations also hold some banking information. They do have some insurances, everything, right? So here I'm saying that customer is nothing but customer. It could be of person or organization, or it could be any other thing, trustee, or it could be anything. Okay, so it provides the detailed 360-degree view of a customer, that MDM application. Okay, so in this domain, Informatica is a leader. Okay, Informatica is providing master data management solution, and Informatica bought Cyperion application. So this MDM application has been developed by Cyperion, and Cyperion product has been purchased by Informatica, and Informatica now they are um, improving the features and everything. Long back, okay, like before 9 version, I think Informatica bought the Cyperion product. So right now we are in a 10.4 hotfix 3 version. Okay, in the market 10.4 hotfix 2 is the people are using, and most of the people are using 10.3 10.2 version. Okay, and depends upon their business requirement, they go for the higher versions. Okay, if they feel that the features which are provided by Informatica in particular version is not enough or sufficient, then they go for higher versions, like from 10.3 to 10.4 or 10.2 to 10.3. And even the hot fixes if they identify any bugs. Okay, these are the main pain points and the main reason why we are choosing the MDM application. This is the background of our MDM application. And let's come to the into the MDM application, like what is the architecture and the components which we have available. Okay, so here, as I said that data flows into the organization through different channels. So I have given some details, right? So it could be like sales team or application team, any team they capture the information. So here, if you consider here, we have different applications: Oracle, CBEL, SAP, or it could be any legacy database, and different applications are there. So from PeopleSoft application, we get the customer information. From Salesforce application, we get the information of a customer or product. Through different channels, we get like even the manually. So persons who take that entries manually and those things. So here MDM application gets the data from different source systems. So here is a block is there, right? These are the source systems, and the data comes from these source systems, like integrates into the MDM application through any of application like ETL or else any Java application. We can integrate this source system data into this MDM. Okay, here we have another source systems are there, which are like standard source systems. DNB, Dun and Bradstreet, you might have heard about this name. and axiom. So what type of information DNB holds is like they have the information of organizations in the worldwide. What is their contact? What is their email ID? What is their address? Whether that contact is a global provider or a subsidiary, or else like an local domestic provider, or like the full details. So DNB is one among that provider of data. Axiom is also one among that. So we use those data and we integrate with the data available within our organization, and we compare and everything, and then we configure some rules here to identify that data patterns, and then we store in one database. And right now Informatica MDM supports only three databases. Those are Oracle, DB2, which is provided by IBM, and then SQL Server, Microsoft SQL Server. Only these three databases are supported by Informatica MDM. Okay? I'll give you more details on this one. So here we have one block is there, right? This is an ETL layer. It takes the data from different source systems and then push the data into this MDM application. And MDM do process the data and it stores in its database. We call as a ORS, operational reference store. Okay, ORS is nothing but operational reference store, and that data will be published to the downstreams. The downstream applications could be a like data warehousing team or reporting layer team, or it could be any sales team, or it could be any application. And that data publishing part will be taken care by ETL process or any other Java application or any application. Okay. So here the data integration part operates in two modes. One is batch mode. Batch mode means you might have aware of that, like we schedule the jobs on particular frequency. So suppose like run on this day, or else run today of morning, evening, or afternoon, like two times or three times. So we schedule some batch. Okay, it every day it runs on that particular time. Like that, we can schedule the jobs and that data flows into the MDM application. Or else we have real-time application. Real-time integration is the real-time integration is nothing but whenever the data changes or data creates at the source system, that data direct pushed at the instance when the data creates at the from the source system, the data pushes into the MDM application through some messaging queues, like we have Kafka, or else through any Java application. It could be anything. Immediately, it sends into the MDM application, and there the data will be processed and stores into the its operational reference store. And again, that data publishing part will be of two modes. One is batch mode or real time mode. Batch mode means like we schedule the jobs, run on particular time, particular day, and then publish into the downstreams. Downstream publishing is nothing but like we load the data into other application databases. Okay, or else we have real time, near real time. So whenever the data changes happen within that MDM hub application, within that MDM application, suppose any new record processed by MDM, so that changes will be captured automatically and then published to the downstreams. Okay, or else any update happen, that published to the downstream. Okay, this is like data overview of an MDM hub application, how the data process. Okay, and here within this MDM application, like we have different components are there. Okay, to identify the data patterns, we have process servers are there, like those are virtual only. Okay, so process server is there, and then we have to configure the properties or configure the rules. We have one client tool is there, that is hub console. The client tool name is hub console. How we have power center designer, workflow manager, monitor, and repository manager client tools are there, like that. Here we have hub console client tool is there. There a developer configure the rules or do the development activities. Okay. And we have hub server is there, which takes care of job resources, uh, like server resources, like it provides the thread information, a CPU information, and execution of jobs and everything. Process server we have. Process server is nothing but where this data pattern analysis, like data pattern identification, will be performed. Okay, those are the main three components, and one more fourth component is database server. Database server is nothing but like where the processed MDM data stores in which database. That is ORS, operational reference store. Okay, so that is the overview of an MDM application. We can see like more detail here. So as I said, we have MDM hub console, hub server, cleanse match or process server, and hub store where the data will be stored. Okay, and we have SIF applications. They are here mentioned, right? SIF application nothing but like for near real time operations. I said Java application, right? So we have some specific APIs are there to interact with the MDM, to read the data, to insert the data, to modify the data. We have some APIs which will be written by some Java applications, or it could be anything, which will interact with the MDM application and retrieves the data or process the data. Okay, here. And one more thing, in detail, you may get some a doubt, or it could be like you have something in your mind that how the data flows from source system into the MDM application. So for that, we use any ETL application to flow the data, like to pass the data from source system into the MDM application. So we have ETL tool is there. So in that ETL tool, it connects to the different source systems and loads the data into the MDM tables. Okay. If before going to explain in detail about the MDM application tool, there are some specific set of tables are there. Okay. Here I'll say that MDM deals with only relational database systems only. Relational database, RDBMS. You know that, right? What
Yes.
is RDBMS? Okay. It deals with only RDBMS data. And moreover, it supports only three databases: Oracle, SQL Server, DB2. Okay. And recently they started supporting the SQL Server, I think from after 9.5 version or something. Okay. Earlier it was Oracle and DB2 only. So only these three databases only it supports, and moreover, it does not interact with flat file system. So then you will get a question that what could be the case I get the data from any mainframe system or else through flat files. So here we have ATL tool is there which reads the data from mainframe systems or any flat file source systems, and then it pushes that data into the MDM application, right? So here MDM application, so what should like technically it is not dealing with flat file source system, or it could be any of non RDBMS source system, but we are making use of ETL application or any other application. We are reading the data, or it could be any Java written script. It reads the flat file data and then loads into the MDM application tables. Okay. Once the data loads into the MDM application tables, these are the some of the tables. Okay. Here is landing, staging. Okay. So once the data loads into these MDM application tables, then MDM comes into picture. MDM process the data. So directly MDM process the data on RDBMS only. Apart from that, it does not process any other data. Okay, like that, like just make sure that that is the funda of MDM. So here um, I will come into the MDM application tables part. So here we have mainly three tables are available. Okay, three tables are the one among that base object table. We say base object table. Okay, so base object tables holds the trusted information of a customer. Okay, so we get the customer information from different source systems, and MDM process the data and it creates the trusted version. So from here onwards, I'll use different terminologies which points to the same thing. Trusted version of data, golden copy, master copy, or consolidated data. Both all these four are interchangeable. Consolidated data or master data or golden copy or trusted version of data. All these four terminologies are interchangeable. Okay. Um, Base objects holds the golden copy or master copy data, and we have stage table is there. Stage table is dependent on base object table. Okay, and we have landing tables are there. Okay? Landing tables, don't get confused with the ETL architecture or ETL data warehouse specifications. In data warehouse we have landing tables, stage tables, right?
Yeah.
Landing area where simply we push the data, and staging area we do some data cleansing operations, and then we load the data into data warehousing tables. Okay, here we are using same terminologies of similar concept, but here the concept is somewhat differs compared to the data warehousing process. Okay, here in the tables we push the data of different source system into one landing table. Okay, and landing table holds often a customer having coming from different source system. And here we have stage tables are there. Stage tables are mainly dependent on base object table. Okay, so here every base object table have some stage tables are there. So those stage tables will be created based upon particular source system. Suppose a base object base object gets the data from different source systems like Salesforce, or it could be PeopleSoft, or it could be Cbell, or it could be any legacy systems like flat file source system, or it could be anything, any application. Okay, so here the base object gets the data from these four source systems like Cbell, like Salesforce, and even the PeopleSoft and some legacy sources. So we from four systems, for an example, I'm saying from the four source systems that base objects getting the data and MDM processing the data, and it is creating one golden copy. So from out of four source systems data, it is creating one golden copy, and that golden copy stores into the base object table, right? So technically, base object holds only the golden copy record, but it is getting the data from the four source systems, right? So for every source system, we create one stage table. Okay, within that base object table we have stage tables are available, and that every stage table will be associated to one source system. Okay, so if you consider a base object, and base object gets the data from four source systems, means it will have four stage tables and one landing table, or else could be multiple landing tables. Okay, just remind that like these are the main three tables: landing table, staging table, and base object tables. Base object tables holds the golden copy or master copy, a trusted version, or consolidated data. Okay? Single record of a customer. Here onwards, I can say either golden copy or master copy. You have to understand that that is a best version of best version data of a customer. Okay, or trusted version data of a customer. So base objects holds the golden copy data, golden copy records of a customer, and stage tables holds the data of different source systems associated to that particular base object, and landing table holds the data of different source system. That's it. Okay, and here landing tables acts as an entry point to the MDM application. Okay, so landing table is nothing but entry point or entry gate. Okay, once the data loads into the landing table, then MDM process the data. So the duty or job to load the data into landing table is any ETL application or any other application. So MDM will not interfere in that. MDM reads the data, whichever data available in the landing table. Okay, but MDM does not load the data into the landing tables. So landing table data will be loaded by any ETL application. Okay, once the data loads into the landing table, then MDM comes into picture. MDM reads the data and then push the data into the respective staging tables. For that, we configure some mappings to pass the data from landing table to staging table. Okay, within MDM we configure some mappings to pass the data from landing table to staging table. MDM reads the data from landing table and loads into the stage table. Once the data loads into the stage table, that data will be loaded into the base object table as per the configurations which we defined within the MDM application. So here loading part of the landing table will be taken care of by ETL team, and from landing table till base object, data processing or loading part will be taken care by MDM team. Okay, so this is the detailed picture, and there are a lot of tables are available. I will tell you in the coming sessions. Okay, just remember that mainly we have three tables are available: base object table, stage tables, and landing tables. Okay, stage tables are dependent on base object table. Okay, just remind that. Okay, right now, like you may have some like you may have some lot of confusions. What are the base object tables, staging tables, and landing tables? And moreover, I am saying that staging tables are dependent on base object tables. Just remind that, like, whatever the words I'm speaking about the tables, just remind that whenever we goes into the coming future sessions, and whenever we start creating the tables and those things, then you will get any detailed idea. Okay, for now, just remind that base object base object has consolidated or master copy or golden copy data. Stage tables are dependent on base object table. Okay, and stage tables holds the data of different source system, and landing table holds the data of all the source system, and then landing table related to different stage tables of a base object, and land loading part of landing tables will be taken care of by external teams or external applications like ETL tool, or it could be data quality tool, any tool. From landing tables onwards till base object, the data loading part or processing part will be taken care by MDM application. Okay, so and landing tables acts as an entry point or entry gate to the MDM application, and MDM application process only the RDBMS data. Okay, and that too MDM application process only the metadata. It will not process the transactional data. It doesn't mean like MDM does not process the transactional data. it do process the transactional data, but there is no usage for that. Okay, we MDM application has been designed to identify the data patterns and to identify the trusted customer. Okay, what is the usage of like an passing the transactional data into the MDM application? There is no use, and this doesn't make any sense. So like transaction data, I say like, and a customer with insert the money or withdraws money, or he take the loans, and it he process the, like he pays EMI money, and those data, bunch of data like flowing into the MDM application, it doesn't make sense, right? They are doing some transaction, we have to store the data, that's it. What is the process of what is the usage here? Like nothing, it doesn't make any sense. Even it flows into the MDM, it doesn't do anything, right? Here the main application of MDM is it identifies the data patterns and stores the customer's metadata in its database, and it identifies the data patterns, and it creates the golden copy. This is the duty of MDM application. It doesn't mean like MDM does not process the transactional data. Okay, the data can be flows into the MDM application, but doesn't make sense. Okay, this is the detailed picture of an MDM application. Okay, landing tables or an entry point or entry gate for the MDM application. So and and base object tables, I am speaking base object tables, right? So in MDM there will be different base object tables which holds the customer information. So from now onwards, I'll say party is nothing but a customer. Okay, party is nothing but a customer. It could be a individual person or an organization. Okay, from now onwards I speak party nothing but a customer, and customer is nothing but, it could be an organization or individual person. Okay, so the customer information stores in party table, that is one base object, and customers address information stores in one base object table, that is address base object table. Okay, and customers contact information stores in one base object table, that is contact base object table, and customers agreement information, like how the customer made agreements within that organization, that information stores in one base object table, that is agreement data. And okay, so MDM application, we within MDM application we would have different base object tables, and it holds the different information of a customer. Okay, the customer's information will be stored in party table. It's like name, date of birth, and whichever the information, like customer's metadata information, gender information, all those. And customer's address information like office address, work address, or permanent address, temporary address, residential address, all those data will be stored in address base object table. And the contact address like work phone or email for um, home phone or residence phone, like a customer might have different contact information, right? And even we have electronic address, like it could be personal email or a business email, or else like work email. Different email address will be held by the customers, right? So that information stores in the contact information, and customers how they made agreement, so those information in agreement table. In different base object tables we store the information. Okay, so every time I say base object, that base object holds the information of a customer, and that information could be a contact information or address information or agreement information, or else the customer information. Okay, we do have different base object tables, and those information will be stored. And we define the relationships between the base object tables as per the business requirement. Okay, whenever say business requirement, like all these base object tables are interrelated, but as per the business requirement. uh Suppose like customer information stores in party table. Okay, and the address information stores in the address table. So we define an relationship between the party and address table based on one column. Okay, I'll provide you detail about the base object tables. Okay, every column, what is the significance and why we use. Even I'll explain you in interviews what type of questions they ask. Okay, while explaining the sessions itself, like I'll provide the interview questions also, some of the interview questions, what type of information they ask, like what answer we have to tell to them. Those information also will provide while delivering the sessions. Okay, so here we have base object tables are there. Base object holds the different information of a customer. We have different base objects are available. Okay, just remind up to that. There are a lot of tables are available, and which will being used by MDM application at the back end to identify a record that is a golden copy or master copy of record, to identify the data patterns. Okay, there are a lot of tables are there. I'll tell you one by one. Okay, right now just remember that we have mainly three tables: base object tables, stage tables, and landing tables. Okay, and the data flows from landing to stage table and stage to base object tables. Okay, so MDM process, then it stores the golden copy data within the um, OLS databases. Okay, so and MDM supports only three databases: SQL Server, Oracle, and DB2. So, and one more thing I have to say, like this base object tables, stage tables, and landing tables, all these three tables resides in only one database. If you choose Oracle as your database, all these three tables resides in Oracle database only. If you choose DB2 as your database, ORS database, all these three tables resides in DB2 database or else in SQL Server database. Okay, you are not allowed to use multiple databases. One like suppose like landing table is one database like DB2 database, staging table in Oracle database, base object table in SQL Server database. Like you're not allowed to create these tables. Like so, MDM will not identify those tables and it cannot process the data. Once we set the database, all these three tables should be created within the database only. So you we are not allowed to create to create landing tables in one database, a staging table in one database, base subject table in one database. All these three tables should be available in one database only. Okay, that too belongs to one schema. So if you create, like if you have chosen Oracle database and you have chosen some schema names, suppose it could be for an example, we here we are using hub, right? Part like I'll say like depends upon the like banking firm, right? I'll say like bank underscore hub as one a schema I have created within that Oracle database. So all these three tables stores the information within that banking hub schema only. Okay, we like MDM table, MDM application will not support to create the tables in different databases. Okay, landing, staging, and base objects. So all these three tables should be created within that database, which are the database which we have chosen. Okay, and one more point I'll say that. Okay, that either the landing tables, stage table, base object tables, all these three tables, we are not allowed to create these tables manually. Manually, I can say like so. any ETL processing or its data warehouse applications, DBS database admins create the tables and we use those tables, right? Whereas in MDM, through MDM application, we create the landing table, stage table, and base object table. Just remind that, okay? Manually, I say manually means like it could be a developer or a database admin are not allowed to create the tables, okay? Through hub application only, through MDM hub application only, we have to create the tables. Even the columns or whichever the object that belongs to the MDM application which involves in the MDM database data processing, that should be created through MDM application only. So suppose like I have created one landing table. So manually means I have ran the DDL script create table name, and I ran that script in the um, Oracle database, okay, which is supported by MDM application, and we have chosen bank underscore hub as schema name, and that schema name has been associated with this MDM application. Okay. Here in the bank underscore hub schema name, I have created one table manually by running the DDL script. That table will not be detected by MDM hub application. Okay. Here the table should be created through MDM hub application. I will show you how can we create the tables. Okay. So DBS will not be involved in creation of the tables. MDM hub has to create the tables to identify the tables. Okay. That is one more main point. Are you getting my point? Hello.
Yes, Rohit, yes.
Okay. So it could somewhat different compared to the other application.
Right.
Everything should be created through MDM hub application only. Even the column creation or column deletion also. If you delete a column directly from the database by running the alter statement, no, from MDM side, that column will be still available only. From that MDM application side, MDM thinks that still that column is available. Okay. And it could lead to lot of errors whenever we do any manual change to the tables of MDM tables. It could lead to lot of errors. Okay. And there may be chances of data corruption happens, and then it provides the wrong data interpretation to the ORS. Okay. So we are not allowed to make any changes manually to the MDM hub database tables. Okay. This is the process how the data loads into the MDM. Like I'll provide you detail. Okay. We are not dealing the installation process. We as part of it. We like Mind Magic team provide one VM to you. Just simply use that VM. There the MDM tool has been installed, and yeah, like they will guide you how to log into the MDM hub console and everything. Okay. So MDM can be installed on standalone servers or else like multi-node servers. So in MDM, as per the architecture, I said like we have hub server, cleanser, process server, database server, right? So all these three components can be configured in single node. That's we call as a standalone node, or else we can configure MDM application different multi-node. So hub server on one node, client server on one node, database server on one node. So here multi-node machines are available. So this is for again for parallel processing and improving of the processing time of an MDM hub application. Okay, this is the sample console. Okay, I'll right now I'll show you the MDM hub application also. So how to connect. So I'll show you. Okay. Are you able to see my screen, right?
Yeah, yeah, I can see it.
So So this is the MDM hub console. Okay. um, Mind Magic team provide the VMware, which like right now what I am showing to you, that same VM will be provided by Mind Magic team. It is of size 36 GB. You have to download that. Okay, download that, and once you download, contact the Mind Magic support team, IT team. Then they will guide you. Okay, and here we have one .jnlp file is there. You have to double click this one, and then you have to access the MDM application. So before doing this, what we have to do is we have to check that Oracle database services are running or not. Okay. Once we log into the VM, go to the services, check that our Oracle services are up and running on it. These two services. Okay. Oracle Service ORCL, Oracle DB11G, TNS line. These two services should be in running state. Once these two services are up and running, what you have to do, run this bat file. It changes to the it changes the date time. So it changes to 2017 May 19. Okay. It changes the date time. Why? Because like we have a license available of that time period only. Okay. Once we change the date and make sure that all the services of Oracle is up and running, then click on this jbot start application batch file. Okay. So once we click this batch file, command prompt will be opened and it executes some series of statements. Okay. Wait for at least half an hour. Okay. Once the half an hour window will be completed, if you observe here, there are some ORSs are available. Vamsi ORS, CMX ORS. Okay. Once we see these lines, then go to this .jnlp file, double click this one. It opens one window. It asks the username and password. Type admin, enter the password admin. Okay. The hub console. At least like wait for half an hour. Okay. So here we have different ORSs are available. All these ORS belongs to Oracle database only. Okay. So CMX ORS is one schema, Practice ORS is one schema, Vamshi ORS is one schema, and we have MDM Hub Master Database. This is also one metadata schema. Okay, where the metadata will be stored. Let's connect to CMX ORS, and here we have different workbenches are available. Okay, and as part of the development activity, developer mostly developer mostly work on this model section. Okay, I'll show you each and every section. Okay, each and every section, we'll see all these section. Okay, so this configure section mainly handled by admin. Configure section, here we have the database databases which are available, ORSs. Okay? What is its detail, database ID means like what is the URL and everything, and users, how many users are available. Security provider, this is for the single sign-on users, and tool access. Whenever we create users, which type of workbenches they have to access. For a developer, we provide model workbench access for data stewards. Okay, and those things. Like, do you know who are data stewards?
Yes, yes.
You know the data steward terminology, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. And here repository manager we use for migration of our development activities. How we have repository manager in Informatica Power Center. Okay, where we create that deployment group and we migrate the objects. Right here, uh, different, somewhat different. Okay, they like for this creation of mappings we have designer client. For creation of workflows we have workflow manager. For checking of jobs, monitoring of jobs. We have workflow monitor, and um, creation of some folders or some metadata like migration and creation of some metadata object. We have repository manager, right? So for everything we have different client tool. Here we have only single client tool. Okay. And model section, developer will do the development access. Security access manager for security purposes, like which type of tables they have to access, and we create the roles. And data steward workbench for data steward activities, manual changes, as I said, right? MDM process the data and let data steward like it allows the data steward to make the changes to the data, manual changes. And utilities for jobs configuration and those and interaction with the MDM hub application. Okay. Most of the 90% of the time developer do the activities in this model section. So when here we have connected to master database, right? Whenever we want to develop anything, whenever we click on this one, it asks the database which OS you want to make changes. So here there are different voices are available, but make sure that in the real-time environment means the projects where we have like only one voice will be available, okay, where we make the like where we do the development activities, and one more voice will be available that will be available in lower environments, that is MDM sample or sample voice, okay, which will be provided by the Informatica for any configuration purpose, like for testing or else like for learning purpose. Okay, mainly we see only one ORS and master database, hub database, like metadata database. Okay, only two will be available. So whenever we make any development changes, every time it asks like which database you want. So I'll click CMX ORS. Once I click this, so here base objects and landing tables are available. Okay, everything will be, as I said, that everything will be created from the MDM hub console only. So here we have landing tables and base object tables. Just don't think about the stage tables. I'll say I told you, right, stage tables are dependent on the base objects. Let's see. So how can we create the tables, sir? So here we have write block section is there. Click on write block, acquired lock. So whenever we take the acquired lock section, here we have plus symbol, minus symbol. Minus symbol for removing of objects, plus symbol is for creation of the objects. So whenever we select the base object and click plus symbol, so here it allows us to create one table, base object table. Okay, and here whenever we select this one and click plus symbol, it allows us to create the landing table. Okay, and here we have drop down option, we can select the base object. So if you select base object will be created, if you select landing table will be created. Okay, here by physical name and display name is there. Okay, display name we can give any type of name. Okay, physical name, if you consider here C underscore, by default we are getting. So by default whenever you create any object within the MDM application, C underscore will be created automatically. Any table, if you create, C underscore is the common character which will be embedded before the table name. Okay. And moreover, it could be of physical name, could be of length 24 only. Max characters it allows 24 only. It will not allow. See, table name exceeded 24 characters. Okay. Means any object which you create in MDM application, it allows only 24 characters only, means max 24 characters. I'll show you the table creation, everything. Okay, so here landing tables are there, and landing tables and their respective columns. Okay, and the base objects, here we have different base objects are available. One is account base object, and we have columns, the user different columns which will be created. the stage tables. Right now here stage tables have not been configured. Let's see the other tables. Stage tables, click on the stage tables. See, three stage tables are available. I told you, right? Stage tables are dependent on base object tables. So now you understood, right? Stage table, once we create the base object tables, within that we have stage table section is there. There we click plus symbol. So it allows us to create one stage table. Okay. And what is the source name? The different source systems are available. Okay. And select any one source system, click OK. Then the stage table will be created. Okay, here it is showing some column names. I said like create stage table, right? But already some columns are it is showing. Why it is showing is like which are the columns we define in the base object table level. Those columns will be displayed automatically under the stage table section. So it is up to the developer or user's wish to select those columns. If I select one column, only one column will be selected for that stage table. Okay. At the back end, stage table will be created with only one column. But virtually it is showing all the columns, but at the back end, whenever whichever the column we check that, only those columns will be created at the back end. Okay, and we have different source systems are available. So here I said like different source system, nothing but these are just source system names only. It doesn't mean that that particular source system directly connects to the stage table and loads the data. Okay, it doesn't mean like that. Simply for our reference purpose, we create one source system at the MDM application. Those are just characters only. Okay, we have one source system column is there. The source system name will be captured. That's it. Okay. It doesn't mean like suppose we are getting from the Salesforce team. Doesn't mean the Salesforce application directly connect to that particular stage table and loads the data. Here we are simply specifying the source system name for our reference, for our MDM reference. Okay, to track the data lineage. So particular record came from which source system. Okay, for that purpose only. And if we have landing tables are there. Okay, landing tables, landing address. So here we have source system column is there. In that source system column, we just mention that record which is coming from the which source system customer record. If I show you, so here we have source system is there. Just these are the names only. Doesn't mean the SFA means Salesforce means directly Salesforce is loading the data. It doesn't mean like that. So we load the data into landing tables using some external applications like ETL or any other application. Okay. So we take the data from that respective source system and loads into the landing table, and this landing table holds the information of an base object of different source system. So here the landing table belongs to the address base object. So it holds the information of address base object of, which are coming from different source system. Okay, this landing table relates to the base object by creation of some mappings. Okay, so here party address is there, right? So we have stage tables are available. So this landing table maps with this respective stage table based upon the source system. For staging table CKR source system, we create one mapping, and for MLO source system of stage table, we create one mapping. Okay. Here landing table is one, but we are assigning this landing table to multiple stage tables. I'll show you each and everything. Okay. Under the base object, we have different options are available. I'll tell you each and everything. Okay. In detail, in coming next week, I'll explain you how can we create the base object tables and what are the columns available by default, which columns we get from the MDM application, what are like how many columns we can create from the user side, and those in each and every detail I will tell you. Okay, I will guide you each and every
Okay.
detail. Okay, for today's class, just like even if you get time, just go and Google what is the base object table, what is the landing table, what is the stage table, okay, and how the MDM application works. Okay, all those things.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you each and everything. Okay, next week I'll deliver you the mainly on base object section. Okay, and if I say base object means those will be included stage tables, landing tables also. Okay, I'll tell you like how the data flows and everything, what type of information we store and everything. Okay, and every object I create through MDM hub application also only, and even I will show you what happens if we create manually directly on the database. If I run some DDL statements, drop statement, what will happen? Okay, create statements, what will happen, and how the MDM will behave. Okay, everything I'll show you in next week. Once those basics completes, then only I'll jump into the data loading part of landing, stage, and base object tables. Okay, first I will give you detailed overview on base object, then only I'll show you how the data loads happens, and then onwards, once you get the familiarity on base object tables, then only I will show you how MDM process the data, and there are some support tables for every base object will be available. So for this base object, you can see 14 support tables will be created automatically by MDM at backend. Okay,
Okay.
I'll show you each and everything. Once those basic parts completes successfully, I mean completes, then only I'll pitch into data processing part, how MDM process the data. Okay, so this will take this model section takes almost 90% of our course material. Okay, thank you, Mahesh. Okay, we'll see you next week.
All right. I have one question though. So when I can ask my queries?
Sorry.
When can I ask my queries? Shall I keep it for later stage or can I ask now?
During the classes, you can ask. Nothing will happen. Like here, I deliver the sessions, not in a
Okay.
like instructor and resource. Like I'll deliver the sessions. During that, you may get some questions. So like, yeah, like suppose I feel that you have the ask question in advance. So like in next sessions, I'll deliver the topic. At
Mhm.
that time I'll say that like I'll provide the details in next session, or it's like you have asked question or something, which I taught earlier. So at that
Yes.
time, at that instance only, I will try to provide the solution. And in that meanwhile, everything live only, I will show you how the tables create, how we process the data, how we process the match tools, and everything I'll show you in the live thing. Yeah, like I don't show you that some recorded sessions, and even I won't provide any like exercise also. Like directly whatever I work in the project,
Mm-hmm.
whatever the issues I face, whatever the real time scenarios I face, those only I will try to deliver here
Okay.
along the course contents. Like whatever the course contents are available, right? So in that course contents, whatever the real time scenarios I faced, I felt those are difficult, or it's like whatever the like whatever the topics people ask in the interviews, tricky questions, those only I will tell you. Okay. And
Okay.
I
Yeah.
wo- I I have some slides are there.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly I won't use those slides. Okay. I'll everything I will deliver based upon the real time scenarios only.
All right.
Okay. Even the questions you can ask in middle of something, anything. I won't say like, okay, I will teach you later. Okay. If it is
Sure.
out
Yeah.
of the box, or else like if it is like
Future
future
proof.
concept,
Yeah.
then I'll say like in coming sessions I will deliver you. Or
Okay.
else if it is already I have delivered that session, then I'll try to explain you. Okay. If it is falls in my subject.
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
All right then. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.